All right, welcome to the Andrew Collin Show. Dude, I turned it on. Sorry, excuse me.
No, you're setting the tone, dude. I got to step up. I came in low energy. I need it, brother.
I feel like we're both going to be like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then we won't talk about anything and just be like, dude, that was a lot, especially during these times. You guys really fucking talked about some real shit.
For sure, yeah.
I have an amazing guest from Chad and JT Go Deep on Netflix. Great comic. Dude, like someone from afar, you did my podcast before. Mm-hmm. For some reason, and it's not a slight towards you, I don't remember the conversation at all. I don't remember anything from the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing with my brain. I don't know. Have you forgotten that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pandemic changed me forever. My brain is irrevocably changed. I think for the worse. I think it made me more of a control freak because it allowed me to... I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't feel competitive. I only had to allow people in I wanted to allow in.
I miss it.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the deaths of millions of people, which...
Bummer.
Terrible. I'm going to come out and say it. I wasn't happy with that.
No, I was dude, I was terrified. I was too scared.
Yeah, dude. I was in Brooklyn.
Scared. People call me out on social media all the time. They're like, when are you going to apologize for like being wrong about everything during the pandemic? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's never enough for them. They're like, shut up. And then you're like...
These Monday morning quarterbacks. That it's like, but it's like people did. I love that we were like, we're not going to talk about anything. And we're like, COVID death, dude.
Yeah, let's get right into it. I know a lot.
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn and there were people in fucking trucks, body bag. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was. And people weren't seeing it when you live in, you know.
I think I was right to be as afraid as I was for like the first few months. But I think when it was like a year in and I was still being like super militant, I probably could have eased up a bit.
Yeah.
Knowing what was known at that point. But again, that's my Monday morning quarterbacking on myself. I know I have friends who are like, no, dude, you were right to do that. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like when you wear a condom and your boys are like, you fucking wear a condom, you pussy. And it's like, dude, yeah, I like waking up and not thinking I'm going to die. Because that's where my brain goes. What's that?
Nothing.
I talked over it and then people are going to be like, did he say it? I don't know if he said it.
So I have to wear, well, I'm in a committed relationship now, but
you got the herpes.
When I was single, I wore condoms. Yeah. And I always told everybody. And some gals would still roll the dice, which I thought was, yeah.
That's when you know you have that good dick. When a girl's
I don't think it's that impressive. I think they were trying to make the best out of a bad situation.
You're like, his dick's so small, his herpes can't be that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I fucking, do you know who gave it to you or were you just?
I do.
Yeah?
Nice girl.
Yeah.
I don't think she knew she had it.
Yeah.
That's what she told me. I believe her.
I know it's a tricky thing to not hold a grudge. I think at first I'd be pissed and then eventually I'd be like, well, that's...
I got over it pretty quick. And I'm such a sicko, dude. I'm a sicko, bro. Like, I was just like, you know what? She's going to be really nice to me after this.
I got a buddy.
Like, if I forgive her quickly and don't punish her, I get a lot of kudos for that.
That is true. You do hold fucking some good cards in that relationship. Yeah. She's like, I don't want to take out the trash. I was like, you trashed my dick.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, wow, to get that upset at me because I didn't take out the trash. I don't think I've ever gotten that upset at you about anything. And there's been some things that have happened that I can't name one specifically that I could probably get pretty upset about. But I'm not the kind of person who would do that.
While you're literally taking your pants off and just being like, I don't know what it could be.
Yeah.
You know, is there an elephant in the room that has sores all over it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fucking, no, I mean, look, it is great. Like, I remember there was a stigma. I mean, there is still with dumb people a stigma about it. I know my buddy, he had it and he gave it to a girl and felt like he couldn't break up with her, even though.
That was my thing, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to give it to anyone because then I feel like I'm beholden to you for life. I really did. But I've been lucky. I haven't given it to anyone, as far as I know.
Even your current?
No, my girlfriend doesn't have it. She's pregnant, and that's a concern. And she did the blood work, and she's good.
Damn. That's great. I mean, yeah, I think eventually, I don't know. I feel like if you have kids, though, you're just like, just get it. Just let me give it to you just so we could just...
Be on the same team.
Yeah.
I tell her that all the time. I'm like, babe, don't you want to join? Like,
even your kids,
this
dude,
brave
just give
front.
it to your,
Yeah, I get to tell my son and daughter about it.
You have a son and daughter coming?
I got twins coming, fraternal.
Man,
I know, bro.
That is wild.
It's big time, dude. It's wild. It blows my mind.
Your dick's fucked up, but your cum is great.
Dude, it's crazy too, bro. I so appreciate you saying that because I'm on Propecia, and that's supposed to somewhat inhibit your swimmers. But yeah, I made it happen.
Maybe it made him stronger.
But you know what?
Because you're not bald at all.
Well, because I got on it like right when I saw it going back. I've been on it for years.
Gotcha.
But you know, the fraternal twins thing is the gal. She drops the 2 eggs, so all credit to her.
Okay.
I did normal swimmer work. Her eggs did overtime.
Oh, I never even thought of it that much.
Gave it a goog after the whole thing went down.
For some reason, I thought 2 sperms went in 1 egg, and then the egg split.
Yeah, because you would think about it like that. Like from the
I'm
male
dumb.
perspective.
Yeah.
The man does all the work, when in fact, it's the miracle of woman.
Oh, man. So twins. How long have you been with this girl before?
Bro, we were only together for a year.
Okay. Damn. I didn't mean it, bro.
The face you made, dude. The face. Here's my thing. I love her to death.
You don't have to sell it.
I gotta do it. This is as much for me as anyone. She's my favorite person, and I don't think I was ever gonna go like the 5-year route and being like, oh yeah, no, I'm not smart like that. I just kind of dive in and.
I do that with my life. For sure.
With big choices, I'm like, you just gotta. It's a reckless way to live, and it's probably, yeah. I'm a spoiled kid too, so it's probably part of that. But
your parents spoiled you? You feel?
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll just figure it out.
Yeah, I do that. I think. So I never think things through. I go.
I get that sense.
And then I just fuck. Yeah.
We're the same, bro.
We really are probably pretty similar. It is funny when were you born?
88.
I don't know. Wait, what month?
January.
Okay. I don't even know why I asked. I thought maybe.
When were you born?
80.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude.
You were born in 1980?
1980.
You look so much younger.
Ah, dude. Come on, man.
I'm serious.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I've literally the last 3 weeks, I've been in an insane depression, which led to me exercising and running like 4 miles a day.
That'll help.
And it's changed my life, running. Like literally, I'm going to train for a half marathon, which is such a bitch marathon.
That's really
If you were going to do a marathon. Yeah.
No, I think I don't even have a joke, dude. I just think that's fucking smart, dude. Cause also I weightlift.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away
probably adds to it.
Depression as much as it helps, but it just doesn't help as much as running. Because when I do CrossFit workouts, which are a little more cardio based, dude, all I feel is happy feelings.
You don't have enough energy to be angry.
Yeah, and you're just so proud of yourself that you did that.
Every day you can have like that self, like, okay, even if I don't get this or this, I have this one fucking thing that I can control. And that's been my whole life. Like, I've failed so many times. I literally just bought a book, like, Failing Forward. Like, I'm into the self-help now. Yeah, like, literally, as of yesterday.
At some point, dude.
Bro, I just got my first book. I listened to it on tape called Unfuck Yourself. It's my first fuck in the title. You know that? You know how?
Yeah, there's the other one, How to Not Give a Fuck by Mark Manson or whatever. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
And I'm dumb enough. Did you read it? Oh, yeah. Not good?
Sucked.
Yeah.
I don't remember a thing. None of it's like, it's all basic bullshit. It's like, don't worry about other people. People who worry about other people are worried about people because of this, but they should be doing this. It's never actionable.
I hate people like that go, yeah, I'm an asshole, but like, that's who I am.
And they always think they're funny too, and they're never funny.
They're so cocky, and they're the loudest at the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the people I would compete against a lot of times when you're out. And that's why I would drink so much, because that's who you're competing. You have to dumb yourself enough to win the girl by being as dumb as possible. Well, at least in your 20s. You know, did you ever go through that stage of just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got out of it a week ago.
Because you're having twins.
And it was sad. I was sad to let it go. Where I was like, oh, dude, I don't have to try to dominate every room I'm in. And I can just sit there and just be okay with myself. And if like people don't think I'm cool or interesting, that's okay. And I felt... It was such a brutal...
How did you get to that conclusion?
No choice. Life forced it on me. I never would have picked it. Life was just like, if you keep trying to be this other guy, you're going to be suffering all the time.
Dude.
So what you have to do is accept that maybe you never were that guy, and in reality you are this person. And even if that person's not at the front of the parade, that's okay.
Oh, dude, that was like chapter 4 of this book.
Yeah, I just did a self-help book. I hate them, but I speak in them, bro.
Here's the thing. I've always been, we're comics, we're cynic, we're like...
romantics at heart, but yes,
cynics. Yeah, but like... So when I hear self-help and it's fucking, like how you went off on that dude because it was simple, but it could still be shitty. But my first instinct is to be like, nah, dude, fuck you. This is ridiculous. Don't tell me what to do. Don't,
like a real person finds their own way. We hack through the weeds and figure it out. I don't need you to show me your path. That's been like...
But dude, why are we so... Because we could have saved so much time if at 22 we just couldn't take it in then.
No, and I think the longer you last, the kind of better, I think. Like, I think if you're doing self-help at 22...
Yeah.
Like, you've got so much testosterone and craziness and fuck-ups that you need to experience that, like... I wouldn't have wanted to be that smart then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't regret how stupid I was. And in fact, again, I kind of miss. There was a. I might be romanticizing it, but
we always do.
Yeah,
when you were drinking Jaeger bombs,
I'm at that phase. I'm nostalgic for my stupidity and making it sound a lot cooler than it probably was. But I don't know. I just feel like there was like a reckless spirit to me that I just don't think I possess anymore.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yeah.
Nice.
See how much pride I said when I said yeah.
I know. But we got arrested. I guarantee I know your arrest. It's either fighting in public, pissing in public, DUI, or all three. It's nothing cool. It's never like I was smuggling drugs.
All those things are cool. Besides the driving drunk. I almost got arrested for pissing in public at that golf tournament in Phoenix. You know, that big party one, the waste management one?
I feel like everyone, that's like...
And number one rule, my friends told me, were like, don't piss in public. And then I was being stupid, pissed in public. Cops rolled up on me. And they're really hardcore there with their laws. And like, I had to get a lawyer because they were throwing like sex offender in there. And I was like, what the fuck? And then...
was it the herpes?
Yeah. I was
Could you imagine
like... My dick's not intimidating. It scared you all. I felt like a weapon. And then,
because my dick looks homeless.
Yeah,
is that what it is, dude? Oh, because my dick doesn't have a fucking indoor fucking jacuzzi.
Yeah, it was a wealth thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I did get arrested for fighting in public.
Yeah, dude, I called it. Mm-hmm. What was the fight about?
I was at Park City, and I was hitting on this older lady who I had no chance. I was a virgin at the time. I had no chance with her. And then another young dude started hitting on her. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm talking to her. And then he's like, well, I'm talking to her now. And then me and him walked across the street, started fighting. Someone tackled me. I thought it was his friend. I started wrestling the guy who was a cop. The cop like manhandled me, drove us back. They drove us, me and the guy in separate cars. They drove us back. And when we got to the police station, the cops were like, we're going to have them fight in the same, like they were kind of being dicks.
Oh, and shit. Then, like chicken fight.
Yeah. But I don't think they were really going to make us do it. But like right when I get out of the car, the other guy's like yelling at me. He's like, you fucking pussy, you fucking bitch. And then I was like, I've always been good about this. After I do something stupid, I was like, hey, dude, I'm sorry. And then he was like, it's all good. And we made up and we were fine. And I'm really
And that's your best man at your wedding.
And dude, I still talk to him every day, dude. That's my fucking brother, dude.
Guys are so fucking
I never talked to him again, but...
Did you go, did you get fucking, you didn't get like put in on the orange suit or anything?
No, they just held me there for like 6 hours in an uncomfortable room. And actually at that time, this is what I miss too, is like now I take like medication at night to sleep. That's for like anxiety or like maybe bipolar. It's all fluid. But like at that time when they were arresting me, my friends were like, dude, we'll wait for you. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. Don't even sweat it, bros. I'm all good. I had no stress. And I was in like the prison cell and I was like kind of laughing about the whole thing. Probably from living a consequence-free life. But now if I got arrested,
dude,
I'd be sobbing in the car and I'd be like, you have to get my medicine. Like if you don't get my medicine, I won't be able to sleep tonight and I'll have a panic attack. And like, if there's no windows, I'll get claustrophobic and like, I can't be in that cell. I can't be in that cell. And that's probably what I miss is that like, I was just...
I agree. I know exactly what you're talking because I got arrested a couple times as well. Same kind of shit, fighting in public stuff. And I was hammered. And when I was in jail, I was like, this is a fucking dude.
Yeah, it felt like a rite of passage.
But a couple hours, when you start sobering up, you start to get sad.
I got stressed. And then when they were like, look, if you get arrested again, like then you're, and I was genuinely terrified that I would not be able to stop myself from getting arrested, that I would do something stupid and like cause real damage to my life. And, but they didn't even charge me for the fight thing. I ended up getting in trouble for having a fake ID. That was the big ticket item on the whatever they charged me with.
That's Park City, bro.
Total.
Did you go skiing? Did you board the next day?
Dude, so I left this detail out because it was going to make it sound even douchier. But I was not there to ski. I was actually there to watch movies. When me and my friends were in college, we would caravan out to the Sundance Film Festival. None of us were in the industry, and it was kind of our spring break. We just wait in line for movies for like a couple hours.
It's like when guys go to spring break in Florida for baseball.
Yeah.
For like film buffs or whatever.
But I was like the only film buff. It was just like my friends were really always down to do anything, and like they were cool guys. They were just like curious, and they were like, wait, so like the art house movies come out? I don't think they use the phrase art house, but like they're like the movies come out for. I'm like, dude, we can see them first. Damn. And these are like unique films. And my friends were like, that sounds sick. Let's go. But then of course on the last night we're like, let's get fucking loaded and fight somebody.
Yeah, because you feel like such a fucking dweeb going to something like that, and you're not even part of it, just to see Natalie Portman like smile once.
Yeah, in some like Danish movie. You know what it was?
Like, I'm gonna fight though and show fucking that I'm a real man, dude.
It was really that I didn't feel accepted by the intelligentsia there. Like they didn't think I was one of them. They didn't think I was an art house fuck. And then so I was like, all right, if you won't accept me at what I think is my best, well, how about you take these hands at their worst, bro? And I just started swinging on film critics and stuff.
That reminds me of like Matt Damon in
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting when he has the long hair fucking bitch in the bar.
Bro, that was what it was like. Actually, the guy I fought was like a total. He was me. He was just some other young douche who probably.
It was mad at the same thing.
Or like lived nearby and knew there would be like a lot of girls in town, so like would always probably cruise to the festival to try and. Make a connection. Dude,
I mean, I watched your show on Netflix.
Oh, thank you, man.
It was so fucking good in a time where everything's like, to be a comedian nowadays, everything has to be like fucking edgy or you're trolling and I mean, you guys actually you troll in the most fun way, but like there's just like, there was an air of like, obviously like Borat comes to mind, like Sacha Baron Cohen.
Thank you.
And it's like 19 minutes long, the
episodes were quick.
But your guys' word economy is so great, and like,
thank you.
It's obviously a choice, and I don't know, I fucking loved it. It's just, I don't know. It was so fresh. It's like a fresh thing that you don't get often in the comedy world or in the world in general, which is needed.
I think that a lot of that too is Chad, my partner, and our showrunner Dan. Like the length of the episodes was really Dan. He's like a ruthless editor, and was like, look, he's a British guy. He's like, it needs to be fun. It needs to be quick. And I was so. Like I ended up agreeing with him, but I probably put up a little fight where I was like, no, like let that scene be like 9 minutes, and he was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. And I was like, okay, good call. And then I think
it's like, no, they're small dongs, dude. You have to let it sit, dude.
It should be 2 hours, man. Like this is my Goodfellas. And
it'll be at Park City in fucking 2 years, dude.
I'm like, you're amputating all the raw emotion. But yeah, I think we really were focused on, even more so than like laughs per minute, because I do think it's a bit scattershot with the like that at moments, but like I think the thing we were most focused on was making sure it was like a good time and making sure everybody was like smiling. And at the end of every episode, we wanted everyone to be eager to jump into the next one.
That's how it felt. It felt like if you broke up a movie, into 6 different parts, and it was, I don't know, it's like one of those things where like I know even with myself, I constantly question like what kind of comedian I want to be.
I do that a lot too, yeah.
How do I want to be respected and like all this shit, and then it's like, no, just do what comes natural to you and what you enjoy the most, and you'll find fulfillment in that. And I don't know, I just see it in you guys, and maybe, I mean, even on that side, you have struggles of being like, well, I want to be this kind of comedian.
I struggle with it a lot. Yeah. More so with my stand-up, because like the guys I grew up
It's fine.
Yeah.
I always do this, and I just have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The guys I grew up like loving, like Louis and Bill Burr, were like, they make like great points and stuff. And like, even though they play dumb guys, they're obviously very smart and profound. And I was like, so it's very much like what I'm chasing. But I do think in the prank stuff gave me a little bit of reprieve from that, where I was like, oh, dude, I'm just being the dumbest version of myself, and it's like the most good-hearted version of myself.
Yeah.
It's nice that way. It really did kind of.
I know. I've just been around some, like, especially coming up in New York, where it's just like everything's just like ego driven so hard.
Yeah, it's a little more pretentious out there. People take themselves. Dude, you know what's funny? Like, I'm doing a YouTube series right now that I haven't put out yet, where I'm interviewing like academics and professors and stuff, and just being an idiot when I talk to them. I talked to a bunch of guys in LA. All were like super easygoing.
All the academics.
Like neuroscientists, philosophers. I'd be like asking them dumb questions, like, just throwing 69 or 420, be like, all right, if me and my bros are in a paradox where we all get ripped on bongs, and like they just laugh. And then I went to New York and interviewed a couple guys. Dude, stiffs.
Yeah.
Did not like it. Took themselves very seriously. There's something in the water over there.
Well, people, I mean, you live in a little box. You don't have enough money to pay for your apartment. Like, you're an intellectual when you see some fucking dumb finance guy make 100 times more than you and fuck your wife on top of your head. You're going to be upset.
That would suck.
Yeah. Especially while you're doing like theories and shit. And you're like, dude, I just solved fucking climate change. And she's like, yeah, but he fucking has a Bugatti.
Yeah, he just created a nice little tropical storm in my vag.
He's like, I could fix that by fucking me. I'll dry it right up. And that's how you improv, bruh. Dude, yeah, that's such a good idea. I feel like you guys do a lot of the ideas that I say I want to do, and I never fulfill that shit. I need another person to be like, let's just fucking go and do it. Like, you guys go down to the pier and you just interview people, and that just takes a whole level of like, I don't think people realize how hard it is just to do that, Like,
I mean, you sweat a little bit because you're chasing it all day. But dude, stand-up's harder, I think.
Yeah.
But you know what? I get what you mean though. Where like stand-up's the devil, and then like doing this would be like a new thing, and that's always a little scary. And that's why it is nice to have a partner. And we're like, in a good way, we're competitive with each other. We're like, if I come up with an idea to do in a week, I know he's gonna come back with like 2 ideas that he wants to do. Where like we're both kind of being like, no, I'm pushing this thing. And it is good to have someone that is locked in with you like that.
It's a great partnership you guys have, because you can see that there's friendship outside of whatever the fuck the show is or whatever.
Yeah, I love him to death. Yeah. I really do. I love him so much. And what's funny is like sometimes we'll get sick of each other, and then if we spend like 3 days apart, we'll just call him and be like, and we have nothing to talk about. Yeah. I'll just be like, what up, dude?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, what up? And then we're just like, oh, dude, yeah. And then like we don't even talk that much, but it's just like we're kind of like.
I love a bro conversation. You call an old friend, and you're just like, hey, man. So why'd you call? Just fucking. I mean, really, I just want to hear your voice. Dude,
like, me and my buddy Mauricio will sit on the phone silently. And then I'll thank him at the end. I'll go, dude, hey, I really needed that, man.
Oh, dude. It's so true. I have one like best friend from back in the day who I haven't seen in years. But we'll call, and after I talk to him, like any stress I have in my shit, I'm like, oh no, this is like reality. It brings me into like feeling of like my small town where I'm from, and just that feeling of home.
Yeah.
That makes me able to deal with all the other shit.
Yeah, because we're neurotic too. We'll spin out. I have friends like that who just ground you instantly, and who just don't care. Like they're just like,
oh, dude, they don't care at all.
Like they're psyched for you if stuff's going well, but they're really just like, I don't know. They're like enlightened in a way where they just don't have that like that. They're not chasing it the way.
Oh, like, I know exactly what you're talking about. The not chasing those. I'm like, and for a while I was like, how can you not chase?
No, it would make me anxious sometimes.
So and then now that I'm like getting older or whatever, born in '80. I just feel, I don't know. I'm having a lot of issues now with like not wanting to chase while like needing to.
Dude,
it's just a constant struggle I've been having where I'm just like, maybe I just want to work at my buddy's air conditioning company and just be, you know, the fifth man, just so I can go up. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously,
you're a funny guy though, man. I think the
I know.
I don't know what to call it, but like,
I'm not trying to play like, oh, poor me.
No,
I'm
having a genuine conversation. Yeah, and dude, I have those same thoughts, man. I just feel like I have those thoughts too. Like anytime I fly somewhere else or I'm like driving through another town, I'm like, I could just stay here. Dude. I could just stay here.
I'll start an open mic here, dude.
Yeah, but then I know in a week, like or 2 weeks or whatever the time is, that thing would come. Because I do think I chose to feel this way to an extent. You know, like I wanted this.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel that. I guess when I used to listen to like older comics talk about it, I'd be like, they're being a little dramatic. And now it's happening to me and I'm like, oh, they were right. But I had the information. They told me this is what would happen. And I was like, I'll find out for myself.
That seems to be an ongoing thing with you. I mean, I think you're going to figure it out with twins too. Oh my God, I can't wait for you. Fucking 3 months in, you're going to have fucking fake tits on. They're going to be like sucking the milk out of your tits.
That sounds nice, man.
That does sound nice.
I'm excited to be a dad. I'm really pumped on it.
Are you worried that's going to like, I don't know, change your life completely where you won't be able to work as hard or?
No, I think I'll work harder.
Yeah.
I think I'll cut down on other stuff. I think the thing I'm sad about is I think I'll probably socialize with my bros a little bit less.
Yeah.
That's me being 100% sincere. But I think, I don't know what it's like when they're actually around, so I don't want to be like, because I'm sure
twins.
I'm sure there's parents listening who are like, this guy's got no fucking clue, and they're right. But I think it's actually focused me a lot more. And also there was, I don't know if you have this, but like sometimes when I would have like an opportunity, I wouldn't want to go for it too hard because I'd want to maintain some like level of like I'm unaffected and I'm cool and like I don't care. And then now I'm just like, no, I'll sell this even if I sound corny. Like I'm just gonna go for it because I want these kids to have like a fucking beast of a dad who gets it done. And I'm like, so I'm gonna be a shill and just be like, but in a good way, like a grown up way. I think.
I feel like that's like when Ernest goes to camp, like exactly. On the 8th one, he's like, no, I'm just doing it for my 7 children. I'm going to look, I want to be an artist, but fucking I'll go to camp again. You know what I mean? Like that, it is funny to be like, you're like, oh, nah, dude, I was going to fucking write the next Goodfellas, but instead I'm going to. No, but no, I get what you're saying. No, yeah, like
I don't think my taste will get worse, as good as it is.
Or you'll sell yourself even more of what you like in
this stuff. I do believe. Yeah. I think I was reading that. Did you ever read that another self-help book?
Art of fucking War.
It's funny. I trashed self-help books.
Yeah, dude.
I trashed self-help books. I've read all of them. No, it's not the Art of War.
How to read a self-help book.
It's yeah, exactly.
What it takes to fucking
the War of Art. Did you read that?
No,
the Stephen Pressfield book? Mm-mm. He had a good line in there where he's like, show me a guy who like won't write he's a screenwriter. He's like, show me a guy who won't write a screenplay for a paycheck and I'll show you a screenwriter I can crack like a peanut or something like that. So I do think there's something about being like a pro. You know what I mean?
I know. I think once you become a pro, though, sometimes I see people that are pros and everything, and then they become robots.
They're soulless.
And you look in their eyes, and they're just dead. I've seen that all the time.
I'll never be soulless, dude.
Yeah.
I got you. You'll never be soulless. We got too much soul.
I try not to.
Look at our eyes.
I know.
Right now.
I do feel like we both have very kind. I feel like we could be cousins. You know? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Look similar.
Yeah. We do. I do look like your older brother, right? Yeah, this is really fun. People, we should switch seats in the second half and see if people fucking notice, dude.
Switch outfits, too.
Yeah, dude. I do think. Yeah, I think a lot of people they do it a lot and they become a fucking expert. And once you become an expert, you just kind of become like ChatGPT. Oh well, you know what? Let me just stop and then we'll wait on that ChatGPT. So anyways, but yeah, I was saying that they end up looking like ChatGPT. Like they turn into AI eventually, like when you become an expert at something where it just becomes a business and you're just like...
Yeah, I think some of that's probably inevitable. I think the thing I want to... Sometimes I can get over my skis and think I know everything a lot, and people remind me that I'm pretty dumb. So I just want to always remember that I'm really dumb. And if I can hold on to that and kind of gain some expertise along the way, then I'll feel like I'm double fisting samurai swords.
It's, dude, all I hear is when people are like, everyone's so opinionated now, and then you hear from like really smart people and like, I don't know anything. It's like the smartest thing someone I feel like can say. And I don't know, I wish people started from there. No one starts from there anymore. Well, I don't know anything.
Because we're podcasting. Like I've got like 10 good opinions a year. I shouldn't be on camera this much. No one should. I'll read reviews of podcasts. They're like, it's stale now. Like it used to be really good. I'm like, maybe you've just listened to this guy talk for 100 hours and he doesn't have...
Look, when your twins are here, you're going to come up with 5 more things, I feel like.
I'm fired up for the material. I'm going to look at those little fucks and be like...
You have a boy and a girl?
Boy and a girl.
Do you know which one comes out first, or is that always game time?
Well, I hope the boy's a gentleman
and lets her
opens the door for her, lets her out first.
I
hope she says thank you when she pops out.
Ugly thought.
I like when what was the ugly thought?
I don't know. I just they're naked and they're just so close to each other. It's just weird.
What if they touch?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the big deal?
There isn't. I just had it's
Why'd
just
you
that
make it
I don't know.
That?
I don't.
Why'd you make it like that?
I would never.
Dude, I'll tell you this.
I'm not trying to. It wasn't a creepy thought. It was just like
you don't. I don't get that vibe from you at all.
Yeah.
And can I tell you something? I don't have that. I'm not attracted to
creeps
to 13-year-old girls.
No, I'm not even.
And I'm fired up on it, dude. I'm good.
I'm just saying that they're in there just, I don't know, just doing stuff.
They're separated by a
wall.
There's like a wall in there. Yeah.
Oh.
Or they have their own sacks.
I didn't know that. I thought they were just free falling in there.
So I guess identical twins will sometimes have separate sacks, but sometimes have the same sack. So a good indicator that they were fraternal, so they won't look exactly the same, is that they had their own sacks. Oh. And so when you look on the ultrasound, it looks like a nice beefy wall between them.
Oh shit! So your wife knows, or your girlfriend knows who's kicking, I guess.
I think they move around a little bit, so I think the sacks might be floating a bit, but she'll call it sometimes. She'll be like, "Oh, the boy's kicking. Oh, the girl's kicking." But I don't know if she knows 100.
Man, that's so. Just one child inside a human, but 2.
Bro,
we're such fucking animals. We are animals, you know.
I'm watching her go through it, dude. Like,
she gonna grow 2 more nipples? You think?
No,
a pit bull. You know, a pit bull has like them big ass nips.
I'd love her if she did.
Yeah, hell yeah.
To gently stroke. She no, still 2 nipples, but yeah, she got a belly. I think it looks really sexy. I think she looks really pretty with the babies growing in her. I know it's tough for her. Like, she's like being invaded and resource sucked by these 2 new entities, but from my nice detached viewpoint, I'm like, this is beautiful.
Yeah, man, it's art, you know.
And I kind of wish guys could get pregnant. I kind of wish we could.
I don't know if we could handle it. We have a cold. Guys are such bitches.
I'd mentally be a bitch, but I actually think I'd still work out pretty good and stuff. But I would be horrendous to be around. Like, I'd be so moody. I'd be so bitchy. I'd cry all the time. But I think I'd still be hitting power cleans.
I do think, every once in a while a guy should get pregnant just so we know. And we should have periods. Yeah. I think we should bleed out our dicks like once every 6 months just so we could feel what they have to go.
That grosses me out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can we bleed out our asses? Is that okay?
Well, that's where our babies would come out of. It would probably help.
Right.
I guess the baby would have to come out of our asshole, which...
No, it's not coming out my dick hole, dude.
No, that would be...
Doesn't have
I'm just picturing if I was pregnant. Like, the only thing I like about being pregnant is, like... Then I have...
I like how you said that like you...
that when I was...
Like you've experienced it. What did you like about being pregnant?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, please.
I don't know. I think I just like the idea of being able to have a great excuse to not do something.
That's awesome.
Granted, the excuse is valid, but it's nice to have a great excuse.
Dude, I've been using it
already, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're like, my wife is...
I got to get home to the lady, man. I'm sorry, guys. Pow, pow. I'm out of there. No 1 second. Oh, dude, right away. Yeah, go, man. Go. Yeah, tell her we hope she feels well. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. And then you just fucking go to another bro's house.
Fucking just cruise over to some other bro's house, get the second half of the Bengals game in, and just chill, dude. Just spread it around a little bit.
Yeah, all my friends. Oh, my old lady's calling me.
Oh yeah, the lady's calling me.
Yeah.
None of the girls are calling.
No one's calling, dude.
Yeah, I have a buddy who will be like, I'll be like, oh, let's go see this movie. He's like, oh, dude, my girlfriend, man, she says we got to go see it together. And he's like, but dog, you know I want to see it with you. You know, and I want to be like, I know your girlfriend. She's not putting, maybe it's different behind closed doors. I get that, but I'm pretty confident she's totally fine with you.
If anything, she's like trying
she's
to
like,
get
go
you to
spend
go.
time with your girlfriend. And then I know he just like, but I don't even think he's lying to me. I think he just wants to believe in his like heart that he'd rather be with us than her. But the truth is he'd rather be with her.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I have a girlfriend, and I feel like there are times where I feel like I can't go to the movie, you know?
With the boys?
Yeah, with the boys.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how to, and I'm like, I don't like arguing. So I'll just be like, oh, all right.
No,
yeah,
it doesn't work. Yeah, no, arguing's not good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really deal with it that much here because I don't have that many boys here because I'm like kind of new to the city.
You're new to town.
Yeah, but once I get boys.
Dude, I'm down to go see a movie. If you want to see Air, I'm going to, because I know you didn't see it today and you know I love it, but I told my girlfriend who I saw it with, and I wanted to see it with her, but I told her I'm going to see it 5 more times. I'm going to go on a date with a guy for the next 5 times I see it.
For each championship?
A different guy, yeah, for all 6. Dude, I didn't even think about that, but that's what I meant. For all 6 of Jordan's rings.
Dude, he had so many. Jordan changed everything. Michael Jordan.
It'll never be the same.
He made every guy that has like endorsement deals now has to thank Michael Jordan.
And I don't think anyone's ever been as good at their job as Michael Jordan was at his job. He was so good.
I can't imagine playing on the same team of his. I would be a nervous wreck.
Steve Kerr's got a good quote where he says he was comparing him and Duncan, and he said, "You played for Michael Jordan, you played with Tim Duncan." Like I think when you played with Jordan, it was a boss employee kind of dynamic. But all those guys would be like, "Yeah, it sucked, and he was mean, but he fucking won."
I know. I don't even. Yeah.
But you can still win with Timmy. You can still get how many did he win? 5?
Tim
Duncan?
Oh, Tim Duncan, yeah.
I call him Timmy. Like
Timmy, yeah.
Sports reporter.
I mean, my favorite team ever, I'm from Florida, was Shaq and Penny for those years.
That Magic team? It was Horace Grant, Nick Anderson, and who was the 5th guy on that? Everyone always knows the 4.
I don't know. Who was the 5th guy on the...
That's a long-ass team, dude. All those guys are long.
Oh, just oh, yeah. I mean...
Like verticality.
Shaq was... the most fun thing. Watching him play in his early 20s was the most wild. And Penny, before he got hurt, was the next Jordan. But I don't know. It just becomes like Bill Simmons' podcast.
I was just listening on the way here. I don't mind doing that. I think the thing, too, that people might not know is how cut Shaq was when he was on those Magic teams. Like, he wasn't... Even when he was on the Lakers team when they won their 3P, he had, like, more beef on him. He's still so athletic. But... He was like, I don't know the number, but he looked like 8% body fat when he was on those Magic teams, and he was fucking huge.
Yeah, Kobe would always get mad at him because he just didn't practice hard enough. But it's like, well, what are you gonna say to fucking Shaquille O'Neal?
He's doing pretty good when he's out. Dude, people forget. Like, as I grew up in Southern California, and when I was a 13-year-old, that was when Lakers first started their 3-peat, and people now retroactively be like, oh, Kobe was always the best player on that team. It's like, no, when Shaq was there, it was Shaq's team. Like, Shaq was definitely the alpha dog, and Kobe was like the second best guy ever.
I mean, Kobe was so young.
Yeah, he was a kid. He was like 23 or something.
I still remember when Kobe got in the game when he was 17 and he shot like an air ball, and everyone's like, he's not that good. And then he's like...
But the balls to do that.
Yeah.
Because I won't even shoot at a pickup. I mean, I haven't played pickup in a while, but I won't even shoot at the park. And then guys will pick up on it, and they'll start sagging off me.
Oh, my God. There's nothing worse.
They'll be like, he won't shoot. He's scared. He's scared. And then I have to just like... And then I'm, all in my head, and I'll throw up a fucking 3-foot air ball.
I never shoot worse than when someone doesn't guard me.
It's crazy. And did you see Caitlin Clark do that to South Carolina?
That whole shit really blew up recently.
Oh, with the Reese girl.
I think that you could talk all the shit you want. I don't give a fuck about any of it, to be honest. But it was a different thing. But I don't care what the other thing was either. But
I totally agree with you. Her thing was different than what Caitlin Clark did. But what
it's
Reese
the same
did,
behavior.
But what Reese did isn't a big deal either.
No.
It's worse than what Caitlin Clark did because she was after the game and she followed her, so it was like a little more targeted. Yeah, those are different levels of annoyance, but they're just annoyances. They're not worth like hand wringing over. Like she talked shit after the game and was fired up that she beat her, and did she hate her for all the right reasons? No, but like, who cares? It's sports.
Also, Caitlin Clark had no problem with it when she was asked. Anytime,
yeah, because she's a fucking soldier. She doesn't give a shit.
She don't give a fuck. She's so good.
And like UFC fighters will like kill each other, and then they'll stand over the other guy's body, and
you did it with the guy in Park City.
Yeah,
yeah,
I did. I had him on the ground and I screamed in his face.
Yeah,
that was annoying.
Yeah, you're Caitlin Clark, dude.
I think I'm Reese.
You might be Reese, actually. You might be Caitlin. I mean, it is hard. There is something about people want to bring the race stuff into it, and
I'm like, okay,
and it's just like, well, I feel like even if you're defending it through race, then it's still kind of it's.
Where are you taking me right now, dude?
I don't want to go there.
Yeah, what? We did such a good job.
Remember when your fucking two kids are naked, and then you told me that there's a wall.
I was just like, that's why I just wanted to treat the whole thing. I'm like, look, they're athletes, they're fired
That's
up.
what I was going with.
Shit
I was just adding to the reason of
come on, yeah.
Where do you stand on race? Dude?
I think it's there, man.
Yeah.
I think it's there.
I don't see it.
I read a couple books, dude. I try to be a good guy, but I got my moments.
The Art of Not Being Fucking Racist.
Yeah.
This book that the Unfuck Yourself book, I listened to it on tape. The problem is you listen on tape, I'll knock it out in a day, and so I'll retain literally nothing. I don't know how. I did audiobook too.
I'm trying to think if I have better retention with audiobook or with reading it. It's dude, it depends on the subject. Because like all once in a while, try to read like a I don't know, like a book on like economics, and I'll read it over like 8 months, and the stickiness is zero. It all just like, I could tell you what it was about that day. I read that page. I could be like, this thing's interesting. If you ask me 3 weeks later, gone for no one.
We just have too much information coming at us.
But if you tell me to read like a book about the Lakers from like that Shaq Kobe thing, like I read one of those, like 3 Ring Circus or something. I remember that whole book because I care about it. I care about that shit.
Yeah, I've read some sports documentary or sports books like the Mets one from the '86 Mets.
Yeah, that was a crazy team, right?
The Cowboys, the '94 Cowboys.
I read that one. That's Jeff Pearlman too. Yeah, those boys. What's that one called?
Fuck.
Is it Boys in the title? Dude, Michael Irvin in that book.
Michael Irvin, and then the defensive end in that book.
Charles Haley
Put his dick on everyone. Yeah.
But then, dude, my favorite story from that is
they're the best.
Charles Haley's being a maniac. He's like punching people, but he used to play on the Niners. And they go get Ronnie Lott, and Charles Haley's like hitting people and like swinging his cock around and doing all this crazy shit. And they're like, Ronnie, calm down. And Ronnie just walks in and he goes, Charles. And Charles looks at Ronnie Lott and just starts crying.
Oh, man.
The respect he had for Ronnie Lott.
That's what he wanted all along, maybe. Just for someone to notice that he's in pain.
Ronnie saw it.
Yeah.
Ronnie's a
I have plenty of friends that would throw their dick around. He just needed a hug.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah. You want to hug it out, dude?
Yeah, can I get a hug?
All right, take your dick out first, though. Dude, oh, man. Yeah, you guys streak a lot in your show.
Yeah. I got suspended in high school for streaking. I've always had a lot of...
I've never seen a streaker with a little dick, but I guess it's possible.
Well, I was doing it to inspire people. Like, genuinely. I was like, you shouldn't have shame over this stuff. Like, we all, are just... This is our body. You should love it.
I guess the problem was I always had a buddy that would streak, and he had a fucking hammer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run with him, like...
I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you should. Because I think there's something courageous in that act. And I think there's something sexy about that.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, I mean, women love when a guy will say he has a little dick. I really do. I think it is a confident thing.
Yeah, own it.
Yeah.
And most dicks are...
My dick's medium. A lot of
dicks.
I'd say.
Yeah, I'm good with my dick.
Yeah. You know what it was? I just was never hard until I took Viagra or like.
Hey, bro, same.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was fucking walking around with half of.
I'm good. I can get a nice hard one if I have a nice connection with the person. But when I'm single, I'm slamming Viagra and Cialis because I'm kind of performing too. I just want to knock it out of the park and really send them home with rave reviews.
It's funny that like you stop doing that once someone becomes the mother of your kids. You're like, you don't need. I don't need to impress you. It pops up every time.
Yeah, it does really. Yeah.
Damn.
But but I've taken, dude. When I was in my 20s, I had a therapist, and she's like, "You're gonna die from like the amount of Viagra and Cialis I was doing." She's like, "You're gonna die."
I just pictured a Scarface scene, but it's just fucking Blue Chews with you, and you're just like, say hello to my
little friend.
Yeah, I didn't even mean for that.
No, I know we walked into
damn it.
Yeah.
What?
I'd snort it. Yeah.
You would snort it?
No. You don't need to.
I just inject it straight to my cock.
Some people do that. That's what porn guys do. They do a syringe into the dick.
Holy shit!
But I heard it'll mangle your dong after a while.
Oh, poor dicks.
Yeah.
That's a tough job. You just gotta, I don't know. The streaking, that guy had a hog. It is funny, the guys that would always show their cock. I used to shower with my boxers on in high school, after practice, and I'd get made fun of a ton for that.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
They're not very, because once you show shame, they own you.
I know.
But by senior year, you were good.
No.
You wore boxers throughout?
I was wet boxers until I was done. Did you play sports in high school?
I played senior year. I played football. I'm a bad athlete. If I could have done something, I probably could have wrestled, but I didn't have the toughness for that. But no.
What made you go out senior year, like Lucas style?
So my first high school was like a good football school, and like if I would have played, I would have got like crunched.
Yeah.
And then I got kicked out, and I went to a smaller high school where it was like lower division football. So it was like
that's what I did.
I could hang, and then and I was still pretty bad. But I started like one game against the university. What was the name of the school? Riverside School for the Deaf, and they fucking housed us. It was the only game I started. They beat us like 50-6. That's not even an exaggeration. And they had to forfeit their victory at the end of the season.
Because they weren't all deaf?
That's what everyone says. But no, they had deaf guys who were like 20 on the team. So they had like 3 like more adult deaf men on the team beating the hell out of us. Yeah.
It's hard to call out someone with a handicap for messing up because...
Yeah,
it's like talking shit to a guy in a wheelchair and being like, you know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
they were mean. They weren't like mean, like doing like, but they were the most physical team we played. They really manhandled us, and they were good. They were like fast and tough, and like they ran like a triple option and just buried us. Or they had like wingbacks or some crazy, like run heavy shit. And I was just getting.
It's kind of great
pancaked.
when they're all deaf. Sometimes there'll be like one deaf guy on the team, and like he will be treated as a deaf guy. But if they're all deaf, they're all flowing in this flow state. Yeah,
I think they might have made a movie about them, and they've won like a lot of championships and stuff. They were legit good, but they cheated. They had to forfeit their dub.
That happened to us too. My sophomore year, we went to like Final 8 in the state, and the team that we played, we found out they had guys that were like 20.
Yeah,
21. How does that happen?
That's what I was just about to say. It's a little crazy.
Yeah. Also, if you're 20, like what is happening? Are you going to class, or are you just coming?
That's what I just wondered. You like go to your like electrician apprentice job, and then you're like, all right, boss. It's 3 to 6. I got practice. And he's like, yeah, go beat the shit out of those 15-year-olds. Well, that's the other thing too, is like, if there's like a freshman or a sophomore starting on varsity, you start to get into some like weird territory of where like, okay, this is a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old. Is this a crime?
Oh, shit.
Like if a 20-year-old safety just lights up a 15-year-old safety over the middle.
Or a receiver over the middle.
Or a receiver, sorry. Yeah. Is that like a... Can we put him in cuffs?
Yeah, I guess it depends. I don't know. Maybe a 20-year-old is like, yeah, but I went through puberty late.
Yeah.
So really...
Show him the puberty chart. I went through puberty late, so I get it.
Same. Real late. I was looking for pubes in my backyard.
My parents were so worried about me, they took me to a doctor to get my balls measured to see where I was in like my puberty development.
I know. So if your balls don't
fall... They have like a necklace with like different sized like literally like nuts, not like ball nuts, but like nuts, like the food nuts. And then they look like that at least, and they're different colors. And mine were like okay, and then they were like, "Yo, he's fine. He's just 2 years behind the puberty train." They called it the train.
How small were you?
Little. I was 5 foot when I was a freshman.
Yeah, dude. Same. It definitely does something because now we're like kind of average. You know, I don't know. I'm like 5'9". But when you're that small, it fucks with you. Like you get made fun of a lot. You're like, I don't know. The girls are all a head taller.
It was a little rough in junior high, but dude, honestly, I feel like people talk about height more now, like in this social media moment. Then once I got to be like 16, it really didn't bug me. But I would get in trouble a lot for being a big personality, and they'd be like, "Oh, you have like a Napoleon thing, or you're overcompensating," and I was like, maybe it was a level of awareness that I didn't have, but
it kind of sucks too because if you're small and you're confident. People are like, yeah, Napoleon comment. It's like, no, I'm just like,
yeah, I got a personality.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Like, oh, look at this fucking.
I feel bad for Napoleon. I'm like, the guy accomplished, not accomplished, but he was
Well, he was 5'7" too.
Really?
He wasn't even short for that age or for that time.
For that era. No, that's like, he's probably an inch or two above the average.
Everyone thinks he was way shorter.
Yeah, they really hose this guy with the legacy.
Yeah. That is a way to like be like Saddam Hussein was actually only 5'2", man. They're like, oh fuck.
They always find something where they're like, yeah, like, this guy's the biggest piece of shit. But like Harvey Weinstein, they're like, he had the weirdest looking dick ever.
Dude, he got crushed in that courtroom.
Yeah, like his dick, it was like mangled and stuff, right?
Which,
like, it kind of looked like something out of like Total Recall, like that weird head. Thing.
That girl in Total Recall has 4 tits. Yeah, she might have had triplets or whatever.
Yeah, she had a lot of babies.
Yeah.
Her eggs were dropping, dog. Dude, everything's connecting.
It's fucking the Matrix, man.
But yeah, I was a tiny kid and I grew up with huge. But you know what? It got me used to being around huge guys, which I'm very grateful for.
I'm still awkward a little around big guys. I always assume that they are smarter than me or they're like, I don't know. I put them on a.
I never had
bad.
that.
I put them on a pedestal. I should put myself on one.
Yeah.
But like I do. There's something about being around a bigger man that I give them.
I never had that until recently because of social media, I think. I never had that. And then like all of a sudden at like 35, I'm like, that guy's big. I never used to think about that. It's crazy. I'm just grateful I had that many years not thinking about it. But
I know. I mean, maybe you didn't get made fun of enough.
I got picked on a lot, but I was also kind of a bully too. It was like
same.
I kind of looked at it. I thought, and maybe this is because I was small, but I kind of looked at it like I thought it was like prison. Like you either make someone your bitch or you're someone's bitch. I had a very like intense outlook on like social scenes. Like I thought you really had to like be dominant, and so,
that was until a week ago. Right?
Yeah,
like essentially.
Yeah.
What?
No. I chilled out for a long time. Yeah. I'm conflicted.
No, it's interesting because
but I did chill out when I was like 20. I kind of relaxed.
Yeah. But you told me that like just a week ago, like you stopped partying at least, maybe, or like it didn't have to be that guy, but.
So, right. Yeah, like letting go of that. Yeah.
But so in social circles, you felt like you had to. Yeah, I don't know, man. I always like I never assumed that I should be the best, and it's something in my mind that I was like, I don't have to. I have friends that are like they felt like they always had to win, even little social interactions, like even if we're just playing Monopoly or some shit.
Yeah,
it's like I'm the, or like
I had that a little. I was really competitive to a point where it was not fun to be around, and then I think. I got a little smarter where I was like, I'm competitive, but like I just like to compete. I'm okay with losing. It's just fun to do those things. And I've probably gotten more sensitive about it lately for whatever reason.
In regards to?
Being competitive.
Yeah.
Where like I'm like life competitive now, which I don't like in myself.
Dude, I fucking hate it.
It's awful.
It's comparing constantly.
Yeah, I really don't like that part of myself.
I really like it's really has affected me a lot over the last 3 or 4 years. So when you first start doing stand up, you just do open mics and you do have that a little bit, but you're so blinded where you have to be to come up in New York City and open mics and not think like I didn't even think I should be on a bar show for like the first year. I had that kind of mentality.
I would tell people I wouldn't even say I was a comic. I'd say I'm trying to be a comedian.
Yeah.
I think but I was just happy to be there too. I was just happy to be around weirdos who were, you know, who didn't seem like they were putting on airs. I think that's what I like so much about it, is that everyone just kind of was like so openly a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That was very refreshing for me.
And then you get success, and then you start comparing yourself to other successful people.
Yeah. And
that are maybe just, and then you assume that they're happier than you are because they're more successful.
Totally. I'll be doing a weekend at a club, and I'll just look up somebody who's like selling out a theater or something like that. And it's funny because when I used to have friends who were opening for big comedians, they talk about how they thought like that. And I was like, dude, the guy is really missing the forest through the trees. Like, how can he not be grateful? And then you don't realize you got the same thing in you, and that it's going to pop up at some point.
And then you talk to those people that are selling out theaters, and you're like, oh,
they're like, oh, this guy sold out an arena.
Honestly, it never stops.
Yeah.
Even Dave Chappelle wants to kiss someone's ass.
Yeah, whose?
John Mayer, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that.
Yeah. And then Mayer kind of wants to kiss. They got a nice reciprocal.
They have a nice
reciprocal butt kissy thing going on.
It never ends. Unless, I don't know.
No, I don't think it ends. And I think we just have to lean into it and accept that there will be ups and downs, and that's just the way it is.
I think you're afraid, or not you, but I think people are afraid to, if you stop thinking like that, you'll stop being successful.
I think it's like and I'm going to use like probably too broad of words, but like, yeah, there's like peace and then there's like desire, right? But I don't think I'd have peace if I didn't have a certain amount of things, and I can't have those things unless I have desire. And then, so I don't know what the balance is. And to me, it's like about picking my spots. Like, can I be desirous when I need to? And when I feel that that's eating me up, can I disconnect and get some peace? And then when I'm risking not working hard enough, can I snap back into the desire?
I think the hard part is the desire, because of the internet, is one click away from feeling like you're less than. So let's say you're at the theater or you're at the club, and maybe you guys sold a good amount of tickets. Maybe you didn't sell out every show over the weekend, whatever.
That's right.
You're one click away of, you're sitting in the green room. You're like, well, what's fucking Ralph Barbosa doing? Or what's, what's...
He's crushing it.
Yeah, he's crushing it. But that's the thing, is like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you couldn't search that unless you called the theater or you like saw, or...
I agree. I think it's too much information. It's all making... Dude, I think like... I was thinking about this today, and this is totally wrong, but it's just the thought I had. Like, I think when people are like, oh, the Chinese are stealing our data on TikTok, I'm like, dude, I think if there is like a conspiracy behind TikTok and there's some aim, they're just like, these are vain people. Flood them with as much things that they can wrap into their own self-involvement. Yeah. And we'll just have a complete nation distracted. And that's like there was that documentary about like that the Obamas made on Netflix about Chinese factory workers trying to teach American factory workers how to operate like them. And the Chinese manager's talking to his...
Here, hold that.
Sorry.
Tell me more about why the Chinese are bad.
All right, no,
like, I'm kidding.
This is about why Americans are bad, but like the Chinese manager is talking to his Chinese factory workers before they get sent over here, and he's like, Americans are very self-centered. They only want to talk about themselves, and like that is their whole world. And I think that's like what this whole thing has given us. It's just wrapped us up more in that stuff. And
well, like, yeah. I mean, China doesn't allow TikTok there. They don't, or if they do, if they're on it, it's called something else.
Yeah, I think I heard Schultz talking about this, right? That like it's like more highbrow over there.
Yeah, it's instructional and like smart, and like they're learning like math or science on these things, and our kids are
finding out like who's taller, who's selling out theaters, who's got a bigger dick, who's got the bigger house. Yeah.
As an 11-year-old. And comparing.
Yeah. I can't even imagine, dude, how brutal it's got to be for the youngsters. Unless maybe do their brains get used to it, so it's not as like, is it like they're like a little bit acclimated to the drug a little bit more than us? Whereas we came to this like, post 30 and we're just like...
I guess. I'm trying to think what would be an example of what we were addicted to as kids. I guess video games. I guess Sega. Well, like a porn magazine or just porn on the internet?
Porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm old enough where porn was whatever, not.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's like apparently the whole thing is like dumbing us down but I don't know. I feel like it's just the TikTok's just a byproduct of everything else. Yeah, of us. It just shows
we did it to ourselves.
I think it all started with those silly dances that everyone did, or the Macarena. I think was the first thing.
That was what got us.
Yeah.
Did that come from China?
Through Spain.
I think the Macarena is. I think that's Chinese.
That's when they knew that you could, with just one silly dance.
They Milli Vanilli'd it.
We'd all kill ourselves just through a dance. Like that's how we all died. Yeah. Dude.
That was a phenomenon.
But yeah, there's been 50 of those or 1,000 of those now. I don't know. They want to take whatever. I mean, everyone's already talked about, but like they want to ban TikTok because of the data thing, and then they blame it on xenophobia and shit like that. And it's really just, I think, market share, and they're just destroying Instagram and
they're
Facebook.
Kicking our butt. Yeah.
And
I don't have like a strong feeling on it. Like, I guess it seems, even though it's not an American thing, it seems anti-American to take it away.
For sure.
Because it's like
freedom of speech.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of if we take it away, we become what we are saying we hate.
I don't have values anymore.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. The only thing I get mad about is like
I might get him again though.
What values?
Yeah, I could see him coming back. Maybe by the end of this pod.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Like, what were your values? I don't know.
I used to like believe in free speech.
Yeah.
Because those were the movies I grew up on too. It was like,
but you also didn't hear as many dumb fucks.
Well, and then people were like, "Well, free speech isn't hate speech," and then I started being like, "Well, that's a good point." And then I'm like, "Well, but then what do I believe in? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, even that, yeah. I think I believe in. I don't really have that many values. I do think though that there are certain things where it's like, vulnerable, not smart people should not hear that point of view because it can cause harm to, minority groups. And it's like, well, then if you quiet them, then you got to quiet the other side. And it's like, well, one side wants people.
And don't we have to have faith that people can figure it out? Like,
I don't think they can though. I don't think they can.
See, I don't know. To me, I think it's probably good to be confused and not be sure about this stuff. It'd be weird, I think, if we were like 100% certain. We've lived so long now. I know that seems arrogant because I'm only 35, but like, I've just seen shit flip back and forth so much and so much crazy shit happen. I'm like, how could I be certain about anything?
Okay. Oh shit, I wrote down funny thing.
Oh, you had notes?
Oh, by the way, dude, I fucking had I asked ChatGPT to ask you questions.
Oh, really?
That could be kind of funny.
Yeah, give me one of those.
Oh, coffee.
Dude,
exercise.
Dude, if ChatGPT brings up Trump, though, bro.
No, he won't. All right, so that's what I'll end with.
It's a dude.
Is it a guy, ChatGPT?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. Maybe it started getting weird after I talked about your kids being naked, I think.
No, that was fun.
No, I'm just fucking around.
All right. The parts that you cut that aren't in this final one where you kept talking about kids being naked and I had to reroute us. I'm kidding. That's a joke. That didn't happen.
Dude.
This is chaos. We're in Crazy Town, dude.
Yeah. You and me I love Crazy Town.
We've lost ourselves.
We really have. Yeah. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Fuck.
Well, we were talking about how you have friends who ground you.
Yeah.
And you and me, we're the spinners. You know what I mean? We're the two kites. We need someone on Earth to keep us tethered.
Yeah.
Because or else we'll fly into Mars and start breaking down, intergalactic racism and trade issues and surveillance. And
yeah, not even in a smart way. Just like
feeling. It's just feeling.
Yeah, baby. A lot of feelings.
A lot of feeling. We got feelings, man.
Quick questions okay, so that's how I'll end it, and I'll figure out a way to fuck.
I think just the Trump stuff, but it's up to you, dog.
Yeah.
But I'd rather not put out myself talking about that stuff because people are gonna think I suck.
How's that body, dude? A little sweaty.
Right.
All right, so here. Oh, fuck. quick questions. It fucking took it off. This would be funny to do with guests, actually. Well, God damn it. What questions?
Dude, I do this to people when they come on my podcast.
I'm sorry.
I've never been on the other side of it, dude.
I'm not trying
to. Dude, where are the questions, dude? Not to be a hard ass, bro. Where are the questions,
bro?
Dude? You've been typing for like a while.
It deleted.
Where are you typing?
It deleted, and I don't know if they know.
Are you asking ChatGPT again?
Yeah, because it fucking. Okay, all right.
You got it?
All right, that's all right. I'll end it good.
All right, here we go.
Fuck. I'm like in delirious world.
I'm delirious too, dude.
All right, good. All right. So I don't know. I'm. Fuck! I got the giggles, boy.
That's nice.
Yeah, the giggles are fun. It's been a while since I've had them.
Really good.
Shit.
Makes me want to tickle you.
You don't even have to. Maybe tickling would. I'd stop. All right, so, I don't even know how I did interviewing you, but I thought ChatGPT AI is going to take our jobs, and I was like, let's see what they fucking have.
100%.
So at first I wrote questions to ask JT Parr, and they wrote like these fucking meaty, like long questions, and it was annoying.
Yeah.
And they think you work with a guy named Kyle for some reason. Did you ever work with a guy? I think they were calling Chad Kyle. I don't know why. Kyle Peterman.
Kind of makes sense. I don't know Kyle Peterman.
Well, AI thinks you do.
Weird.
Yeah, maybe you will in the future. All right, so then I go, what are some quick questions to ask JT Parr? All right, so we'll just run through these and we'll get out of here. This is what ChatGPT wants to know. Let's see if they could take my job.
Let's go.
What inspired you to become a comedian?
My parents encouraged me, which I know is rare. But
Your parents together?
No, but they were at the time. And
was that your real mom in the show?
Yeah.
She's fucking fantastic.
My mom's awesome. Yeah, she's so funny. And my dad's in the show too. He's the one I tell I have a little dong. And
good looking man.
Yeah, he's handsome. He's gotten more handsome, actually. It's crazy.
Nice tan.
And then the guy's he's in the sun a lot. I was never good at sports. I didn't really do extracurriculars. And then I was bombing out of junior colleges, and my dad was like, just go study movies. That's what you're into. And then I went to a really shitty film school, and all the kids there were like, yo, you should be in front of the camera. You got personality for it. And my parents were like, yeah, that's what you should be doing. So it was really my parents.
That's sick. My dad was like, become a doctor, you fucking idiot. But it's nice to hear your parents were supportive. Who are some of your biggest comedic influences?
It's mostly actors. It's Charles Grodin. I was always a huge fan of, even though we're very different. I love him.
What's he in?
He's in my favorite part he has is in Midnight Run.
Okay.
He's opposite De Niro on that. He's in Beethoven. But he's like really dry and deadpan and funny. And then I like Jeffrey Tambor a lot. Remember I was talking about Larry Sanders before the show?
Yeah.
He's like my favorite comedic actor ever because I just think he like commits so hard.
Fuck yeah.
And then other than that, I always like directors a lot. So
we're similar where my comedic aren't stand-ups.
It's not really stand-ups.
Like Larry David, who did do some stand-up, and then Kenny Powers, you know?
Yeah, it's more personality.
Or not Kenny, Danny McBride.
Yeah.
What's your favorite joke to tell on stage? You don't have to do that one. I mean, ChatGPT's a dick. How do you come up with new material for your sets?
Don't know. I write sometimes. Sometimes it just comes to me. Sometimes I'm riffing. Sometimes I journal. Sometimes it's just what I've been thinking about a lot.
You write every day?
I write.
Like, do you point at like how Seinfeld, like pick a time? Do you pick a time?
No, I write every day, but I don't write stand up every day. But I make sure I journal or I'm working on a script or I write a joke or like even if I write a review of a movie I saw, I just try to put words together in a creative way.
What's the funniest experience you've had while performing stand-up?
Funniest experience I've had while performing.
ChatGPT is pretty good, man.
I had a good one in Seattle where I fucked up my wording.
Even the camera died.
Yeah, we might be done, but we got these ones.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't want to be done. I just.
Yeah.
Was it?
No.
And then I was in Seattle and I fucked up my wording when I was. It's probably I've been really stoned and on mushrooms on stage and gone down some weird rabbit holes. And then the moment where I've only done it once or twice, but where I finally confessed to the audience, where they're like, what the hell is going on up there? And then I'm just like, guys, I'm stoned. And then they're so forgiving. It's always a really beautiful moment. And you feel so scared to tell them. And then they're just like, and our audience is like pretty forgiving of that. Mm-hmm. Most of them are baked. So they're like, good. Dude,
like, why didn't you tell us that right away?
Yeah. Like, dude,
you would have been better off.
We understood. Yeah.
I literally just had that moment on a show here in LA, and I was I didn't feel like I was doing well. I was having full on pain. I don't smoke weed really. Mm-hmm. And I smoke, and same shit happened. And I just addressed it, but I didn't address it till like the last 2 minutes, and then I started doing great.
Yeah, because you feel like there's some part of you that's like, oh, they're gonna like not respect me if I say that, or they're gonna be scared for me or something. But really, they just want to hug you. It's nice.
And then then you have that thought like, oh, but I'm not giving them their money's worth. I'm just a fucking.
I do worry about that.
What advice would you give to aspiring comedians?
I would say if you haven't done it yet, don't worry about like writing out a 5-minute set. Because I'll talk to people out there like, I want to do stand-up. I'm like, well, go do it. And then they're like, oh, yeah, but I'm just trying to get my jokes right. And I'm like, you know this. Like, you've never done it. Those aren't going to be your jokes in a week. Like, You're going to realize all of them suck. Maybe there'll be like one decent one that you'll like lean on a lot. But the important thing is just to go do it.
And then can you tell us about any upcoming shows or projects you have in the works?
Yeah, I got the YouTube series will be out pretty soon. Me interviewing intellectuals. I don't even know. I haven't seen it edit yet, so I don't even know if it's like great or not. But I had fun doing it. And then, I mean, we're pitching a bunch of shit, but who the fuck knows? I can take 5 years before it comes out. So the thing we're pitching right now is me and Chad. It's a workplace comedy. It's us in the Coast Guard.
Oh, fuck yeah!
And it's been fun to pitch, and hopefully someone buys it. But I have no idea.
How do you handle it when a joke doesn't land with the audience?
How do I handle it? If it's like an edgy joke and they pulled back, I'll say sorry, or I'll wonder why they pulled back and maybe ask them. If it's me just trying my best and it's just a fun-loving joke and it bombs, I'm just a little embarrassed, I guess.
What's one thing you wish more people knew about the world of stand-up comedy?
I wish they knew less.
Yeah. I feel like this was like Lex Friedman.
Yeah.
It felt weird asking these questions.
Well, because you're a comedian, so I'm like, why is he knows all the answers to all this shit.
Yeah. But it's like, maybe I should have told ChatGPT that I was a comedian. And they'd be like, who? I'd be like, dude, the guy that fucking...
Dude, they're a big fan.
Yeah, dude, I was in like 3 episodes on a reality show for
really?
a while. Yeah.
Oh, which one? You were on the F-Boy Island?
Oh, no, I wrote and produced for F-Boy
That's
Island.
amazing.
That was fun.
That show's a hit.
Well, yeah, kind of. Got kicked off HBO.
But everything got kicked off HBO.
That's true. It's gone. It's found another home. But
that wasn't your guys' fault.
No,
HBO. They made a $90 million movie and they scrapped it. It's insane. It's crazy town. By the way, I love HBO. I pitched to them. Please buy the show. HBO. Hey, whatever you want to do.
Dude. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you so much. And we got to go see that movie.
Dude, let's go see Airman. I'm down.
Dude. Check out JT Parr. What's your Instagram?
JT Parr 14, and then goingdeepwithchadandjt.com, or Going Deep with Chad and JT, and then also follow my buddy Chad Goes Deep. Chad Goes Deep.
Fuck yeah.